Da-da-da, da-da-da. Hi. If you don't know already, my name is Abby. I run AV Tarot Reading. I'm a strange, weird, unusual, overly rambunctious person that tends to, get a little rambunctious. But I just wanted to let you know that today is June 17th. The game plan for this session today will be to go ahead and read for you all for the next hour. That is the plan. Usually the plan does go a little bit long since dear sweet Melissa, my partner in crime that's on the side of the planet, our planet, on the side of the planet, tends to run a little long, and that's fine with me. It doesn't bother me at all. So what we'll be doing is we'll break it up into segments. So for the first about 30 minutes, we'll be doing 6-card sample tarot readings for anybody that we decide to choose. As we'll be going through those questions at the end of that 30-minute mark, we'll then take a quick 4-minute intermission to chat about anything that we have going on, to talk about services, to talk about how to get in touch. And then after that 4-minute thing, we will hop right back into reading until the last 10 minutes. The last 10 minutes of the shindig, then we'll start going into flash readings, which are super fast 1-card tarot readings, where I read your question super quick, I pull your 1 card super quick, and I deliver your reading super quick. And then we're including today a well that will hit, which will be obnoxious and funny to me. So I hope it makes you at least giggle or annoyed. I don't know which, but I hope you enjoy it overall. So Melissa, on this side of the world for me, she is the person who's going to be choosing our questions. What we'll be doing, though, is you'll be putting in your questions into the comments, and I ask that it's one specific question. That one specific question, when Melissa's going through, she will select as she is drawn based on variety. So we'll be choosing a spread of questions instead of just like one topic area. So it'll be a little bit of real estate, it might be a little bit of romance, might be a little bit of this, that, or the other. So we make it a nice little hodgepodge of different types of questions, because I do like to work with variety. So yeah, totally pick at Melissa and say hello and wave and drop a little like question bombs at her direction. Let's see. I want to make sure I've hit all my points. Oh, the questions that I don't want to read on, I don't want to dig into this, is your time of death. It ruins the story for us. So I don't want to chime in on your time of death. I also want to reserve judgment on COVID questions. So let's give those questions to our physicians. That's where they're best suited. So I'd already mentioned how to ask a question. But yeah, will you do me also the honor of sharing this little video love, share it around, or tag a friend, tag someone that you think might get a kick out of this evening with us, and share the tarot love. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. In addition, I still just want to know, like, I'm kind of in this mode of getting to know you all a little bit better. I wanted to know, what is your like favorite pizza? And I asked this because my family and I had like a treat pizza today, and we almost never have pizza because we try to be super healthy, well, as healthy as reasonable this day and age. So we tend to juice very frequently. We limit the sugar intake. We're mostly vegetarian kind of in the household, and then except me, I'm straight up carnivore. And then today we kind of treated ourselves and allowed for pizza. It was like 3-cheese pizza, and then like a chicken garlicky something that was just also amazing. So what's your favorite pizza? I want to know. All right, let me hop out of my little spots. I want to say hello in the comments just to see who's joining us. And I see a couple of you that I know all so well. So thank you so much for coming back to join in, to hang out. You all will have to like let me know how you like these weekly readings, what you think it could benefit from having. Is there a different style or an idea that you thought might be cool, you saw somebody else do and you want to see if I'm going to do it? Feel free to throw up comments. Pineapple pizza, oh my God, there's something about a cooked pineapple and something else that's just amazing. Like, I think it's the caramelized sugar. It's addictive. It's addictive. Pagliacci, oh my gosh. One, I love that you even know that word. Oh, chicken and cheese and buffalo. Oh, Jesus. You're going to have me fanning myself with all these pizza words that are flying around. Veggie Italian. Thank you, darling. Let's see. I wanted to say hello to everyone who's here. Playtime Tori. Is that your first name, Tori? I have to say, I have to just poke fun at it because it's kind of fun to do it. Hi, Anisha, Brenda, I'm so glad you're here. Deja, I'm so glad to see you again. Jennifer, hello. Brenda, hello. Sasha, I saw, oh, geez, it wasn't you, it was somebody else. Never mind, I thought you were somebody else for a moment. April, hello. Kiki, y'all will have to come, like, I want waves or hellos. Like, I wish you could, like, drop a little, like, hand wave emoji. That would make me exceedingly happy if you could, like, huh? Oh, Sasha, you did it. Yes, thank you. Perfect. That makes me so happy. I appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, one, I'm glad that everyone can hear me. Oh, I got deuces. I'm good with that. Hi, Kenya. Oh, you guys make me exceedingly joyful, exceedingly happy. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much all the time. Awesome as always. Brenda, love it. Oh, see, I love these people who come and visit me week after week. It's like my new club of friends. Y'all are the new club. You're the in club, okay? So I don't know if you ever, like, I was not part of the popular kids at school at all. I was actually the very low of the totem pole in a private Catholic school as a woman of looking like me, all my gayness too. Didn't go well. But you're in the it crowd here, darlings. You're in the it crowd here. Anywho, let me hop out of these comments. Are we in the treehouse? We are not in the treehouse as of yet, but the enhanced internet just arrived today. So the game plan is to spend tomorrow hooking everything up, making sure that I can receive a signal from back there. I probably will still be doing these live sessions here in the house so that I have my wife's assistance, because it just kind of feels weird to be like, couple that, all the way that way. It feels weird. So I want to stay like in tandem. But soon I'll be doing services from the treehouse. So then you'll see the super beige background until I get the drapes put up. Oh, so just to let everyone know, I have a reading space that is actually just the little garden shed in the backyard that's completely finished and furnished and gorgeous, in my opinion. And I will be moving my tarot land from the front of my house to the back of the nature preserve property that we have. So I cannot wait to kind of do my witchy land out there. So that'll be all sorts of fun. Hi, everyone. I know I'm rambling because y'all got me started. And hey, come Monique. Okay, so I'm hopping out of comments. Did I just see that Ray is here? Yeah. Hi, viewer is having trouble. Your viewer. Oh, that's Pooh. I'm glad that you can hear. I'm glad that you can hear. Hi, Ray. I'm glad to see you in your McDonald's. I love it. So let me hop out of the comments. Otherwise, you're going to keep me jamming for eons. And I will start first off with my little bit of essential oil. And then I'll start. Ooh, there's a little friend. What is that? Oh, it's ashes. Never mind. I didn't know if it was a bug or what. Anywho, you ever like have, you're in your mode and then something distracts you and it's like, whoa, okay, just it's like, what is it, like the four walls, like when you're doing a film and you look directly at the camera. That was totally my fourth wall moment right there. Anywho, well, it made my wife laugh, so that's all that matters. All right, so I'm just sniffing my essential oils so that anybody wonders why I'm sniffing my hands. But anywho, let me go ahead and get shuffling, and then when Melissa is ready, we'll go ahead and start pulling our first questions. So first questions. Will my mom find love in the near future? Say within the next 6 months. Thank you, Corinne. Awesome example for super specific. Timelines are wonderful for me because when we throw it into a timeline, it gives like a basket to put that question in. Like if you're wanting to know, will I find Mr. Right? Eventually. Now, do you want it this year or in 10 years? Like clarity, clarity. Anywho, so thank you so much, Corinne, for the specifics. So will my mom find love in the near future? Say next 6 months. Next 6 months. Is the mom going to find some love? Corinne, let's see. What shows up? Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, Miss Corinne, let me show you what I have for you, and I'll talk to you about what these cards mean in relationship. I won't interpret each individual one, but I'll kind of give the synopsis of the read, but you can see where I'm coming from. So, first card is Death, along with the Star. And then I have the Six of Cups. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward to the Tower. I also have the Two of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. So in this, it does not seem like a romantic situation is in the next 6 months. And I say that because it looks like she still has some stuff that she needs to kind of cut through, some stuff that she needs to unpack or put away. So it's like if, for instance, she is still talking to old relationships, like these old relationships, these old habits are probably actually what's preventing her from moving forward or moving into a position of having new opportunities for love, romance, and being swept off her feet. It looks possible. Like it's something that she totally can do with the Six of Swords. This is leaving what is to going on to what can be, what you want to be, and deciding all the things you're going to take with you. So all those swords are all those thoughts and ideas and memories and baggage and other stuff that you're going to take with you, but you're leaving behind something. So there's that need to leave what doesn't work for her anymore and start like sorting that out. So it doesn't seem like 6 months directly, but she's starting a process. So I'll keep my fingers crossed for it, but totally let me know if you need like something a little bit more specific in there. Maybe we can keep digging to see what we can do to help her speed up that process. Mm-hmm. There we go. Thank you so much for that question, Corinne. I definitely appreciate you. All right, Lou, my ex started communicating with me again. What does he really want from me? Any guidance on this, please? And thank you. I love the politeness. Thank you. Okay, so one, exes. I used to be a believer in the whole like adage, an ex is an ex for a reason. And I always had like a policy, it's an internal policy of like, I will accept an ex back once, but I will not accept them like past that. Like if we break up again, that is it, that is over, we're moving on. Luckily I'm married now, so it doesn't matter. What was your policy back then for exes?
I'm not talking about.
You're not talking? Oh my gosh. She's like, Okay. So let's see. What does he really want from you? I had the first nudge to say I'm sorry kind of thing. So I had that feeling for a quick moment that like making it right, making it better. Maybe I wonder if he even has that kind of language to him, like he would even say that or even knows to say that. But you ever have those moments where you're kind of reflecting on your life and you're like, oh, I did that one kind of dumb. I might need to say hello and see if I can make that up to them or something. You know, just had that quick, I want to make this up to you kind of thing to it. So let's see. Pull some cards. What does he really want from you? What does he really want from you? What does he really want from you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so the second notion that I have is that regardless of what's going on in the situation, I want you to understand that whatever reason you broke up for him originally, that reason hasn't completely shifted. It's like a good like 20%, but if you're looking for like 80 before you two actually like come back together and become friends kind of thing, then be warranted if he's putting on that best face, then it's just the face. And if you hop back into things as usual, things will basically go back to the way they were. The cards I have for you, darling, though, I have the 3 of Cups along with the 10 of Pentacles and then the Lover's card. So that's a whole lot of fun stuff for me. The 3 of Cups is usually about like celebrations and having a good time. And then the 10 of Pentacles is a little bit to do like with family and feeling comfortable and having like all your resources. So I wouldn't be surprised if this particular person felt comfortable around you and enjoyed the time that they did have with you. And honey, I wouldn't be surprised if there was a little bit of chemistry going on there too. You know, a little bit of longing. The other part though is like, that's kind of the card 9 of Swords is kind of what made me think of the whole, like, I've been thinking about this too much. It's in the back of my mind. I've been thinking about this, been trying to make it right kind of thing. And then you have the Page of Cups. So it's kind of that sweet, naive person. It's like, they're a little bit immature, or at least immature in relation to what we want out of them. Ending up on the 4 of Swords though, just to me, it kind of like, what do they want from you? It's more of just what it was, not like what it is or what it could be or where we're going now. It's like re-energizing that old stuff. So that's like the question mark, at least on my end for you, would be like, we broke up with them for some reason, I'm assuming, or, you know, the relationship dissolved for whatever reason. If we get back together, or if it starts getting interesting and you start to get those boundaries blurry, what does that mean? Looks like a little bit of sleeping may occur. I'm just but anywho, that's a little inside joke for me. But what does he want from you? It just looks like rekindling old memories, trying to make it up to you, trying to be nice. Seems like a nice-ish person. So If you want to like converse with them, I mean, feel free, do what you want, hun bunch, but you know, just maybe like friends, but not too serious about it, I think is where we're going to stick it. There we go. Thank you. All right, my dear. Any advice on your spiritual journey? Ooh, let's see what shows up. Any advice on your spiritual journey? Any advice? Let's see what you need to know. Any advice? I hear our birds. Oh my gosh. Are those the new crows? The new babies?
Yeah, they're loud.
Here in Seattle, we have an abundant population of crows, and you can't go anywhere without seeing one. And they're kind of amazing and wildly intelligent creatures. And now, you know, spring has passed. Now it's into summer. The new crow babies are out, and they sound horrible. As they're all, it's terrible. It's the worst siren ever. But anyway, to get to the point, any advice on your spiritual journey? Any advice? Let's see. Okay, here we go. What advice, darling? 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me show you what I have for you, hun. So I have the King of Pentacles along with the Page of Wands and the Chariot. So this top portion, before I dive into the other 3, this top portion to me is just that this is a continual process. It's a continual evolution. There's not a finish line that you get to cross. So even if you have a goal of being the most something other or another, like, go ahead and rub that one down because it's like this development process that you're in. It's a continual state of growth. Think of it more like a plant that you're growing instead of a finish line that you can cross. So that's just a tiny bit of Chariot's wisdom in there for you. Also the Sun, along with the the High Priestess, and we have the Knight of Cups. So for me, the Sun and the High Priestess, before she falls off, I love that you're doing this, because this feels like you're going from who you were to who you actually want to be. Like, it's allowing you to kind of like open up. Like, if you thought of yourself as legit like a rose that's kind of blooming out with all of the petals, and all these petals are different aspects and elements to who you are, your personality, elements of your personality. And so there's this great big old growth process that's phenomenal. So I love that Sun card for you in that. Anything you're doing, anything you're interested in, so long as it feels good to you, then it's perfectly suited for you. Follow it so long as it's interesting. Follow it so long as it rings a bell for you. If it's like meh, then like, okay, we'll scooch on and go on to something else. There's plenty enough in the world of spiritual journeys, development, information, and all the stuff. You'll never get to the end of it. So no worries there. The Knight of Pentacles, though, to me is like, there is either like a person or something that is going to bring an idea or a concept, or it actually feels like a young man. I would say like, well, younger than me. So maybe like 20s is kind of like youngish, brings an idea or a concept to you. So I would just like, if someone shows up with like, hey, let's have this conversation. Have you thought about such and such? Give it a little bit of credence. Like, don't immediately dismiss it. It might actually start you down a rabbit hole of something else that you wanted to know about that's actually like connected to the thing that you really, really wanted to understand. So that's what I love about journeys, is that they're never direct. I wish you could just go from point A to point B, but I swear it's like a bee thing going everywhere. But yeah, my dear, thank you so much for your question. There's always so much to read on. I'm so curious to know my future. Okay, well, Sean, I work best if you have a question in mind for these kind of situations, for these kind of live readings. If you have a direct question, I can give you a direct answer. Curious to know your future? I would too. I'm going to pump this back and leave the room open for you to ask another question, but more of a specific, what do you want to know about kind of thing. But thank you, though. I appreciate you, Sean. Let me shuffle. Rhoda, hi. What kind of positive opportunities, events, incidents, got the whole gambit covered, I love it, can I look forward to in my personal or work life in the next 2 weeks? Nice, honey. Well, Sean, that was an example of wildly specific. P.S. And then 2, I love the timeline. I love like you're basically looking like, what's good gonna happen? Like, I want to know that feel good stuff. Love it. Love it. How much? Thank you. All right, Rhoda. Let's see. What are the feel goods going to be this next 2 weeks? 2 weeks. I feel like twice now I felt something regarding money. So I wonder what's going on money-wise for you. Or if there's anything in the works, you'll have to let me know. Drop a comment. Let me know how that lands. All right, what's gonna happen for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, my dear. So let's see. First card I got for you is the Empress, along with the Strength card. And then I have the 9 of Swords. So, Hunt, it's like you have this energy, this momentum that you're building with this like little bit of a like creativity bit to it. You're finally kind of getting comfortable in the sense of creativity, and then you start overthinking it. So it's like you catch your stride, you're feeling good, and then you think it to death. So let's not think it to death. So actually, if you start to feel yourself kind of rabbit holing a little bit or spiraling on something and it's really hard to get out, see if you can distract yourself. Just like leave the topic entirely. Go read a book, whatever you need to do to kind of distract yourself off the topic that you're overthinking, just to kind of give yourself a moment of sanity. Like moments of divinity happen when we've stopped obsessing on the situation. P.S. There we go. In addition, I have the Death card along with the 2 of Swords and the Page of Cups. So I'm wondering if the Page of Cups actually has like a person attached to it. Sometimes it's more of just like an energy in the air of this. Usually it's like a young adolescent, young man is kind of how it's thought of. It could also be a young lady too. So it just kind of depends. But with the other 2 cards, it seems like there's positive opportunity. Now, this is going to be a matter of perspective, okay? So from my point of view, the Death card is all about transformation. The 2 of Swords is about choices and decisions. To me, those 2 coming together is like finally a decision has been made. Finally, a certainty has been found. Finally, and now things can change. Things can move on. Things can further evolve. Sometimes that could be looked at as less than positive, depending on like the situation. But for me, like who I'm coming from, like clarity is an amazing thing. Like even if I don't literally like the thing that I'm getting clarity about, like clarity in itself is gorgeous, and I pray for that one on a daily. The Page of Cups is the only one that I'm like, do you have like a niece or a nephew? Like what's going on with them or them in your relation to you? That feels like it kind of has a person attached to it. So I wonder if you're going to get like a phone call from someone, or someone's going to come visit, or some help in some way. We didn't need more cards to get clarity on that one, but it still feels good either way, my dear. But thank you, Rhoda, for your question. And I appreciate the specifics. It makes my life so much easier, you all. I loves it. Loves it. All right, Jennifer, I got my own hair salon, but I work a full-time job. Go you. Will I go to my salon full-time within the year? Yes, okay. Sorry, that was a weird sound, wasn't it? I'm pretty routinely making strange and weird and unusual noises. Just trust my family. Sometimes they'll look at me like, wait, what was that? Or better yet, like I don't know what it is, but sometimes my wife and I will be in conversation and a little noise, we call it like a little gremlin in my neck, will just start making, noises. I always call it like it's an affirmative though. So whenever she says something and she wants to know my opinion before I even can say yes, or that's awesome, there's and then, so it's just like, okay, we already got our positive. That's good. Goodness. Maybe it's my sidekick or something. Who knows? It's not indigestion. It does not come from my esophagus. I know what a belch sounds like, feels like. Don't yell. Don't yell. I know what that feels like. I know what stomach stuff feels like. This feels like blood rushing out of my arteries or something. I don't know. It doesn't feel digestive. I wish it, because I would stop it if it was. No, I'm not doing this. And I can't turn it off. So anyway, let me not yell at you. And get back to the question. So you have the full-time salon. You want to know, will you go to the salon full-time within a year? I want to know more of what you can do so that you can. Because it's like, if that's what you want to do, then I'd much rather. You've read from me about taking the plunge, and I'm glad I did. So thank you. Oh, my dear. Okay, back out. Okay. I want to know what you need to do so that you can. That's the main thing for me. Because even though, will you, I want to know what you can do so that you can. So what do we need to know so that we can do that? What do we need to know so that we can do that within the year? Ooh, this year. Ooh, honey. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So to do it within the year, it's going to take a stiff constitution, and I say that. let me tell you why I mean that. The card that I have for you first is the Ten of Cups. So I love that as the first card of the pool. It's super happy. It's abundant. Look at those rainbows. It is wonderful. Followed by the Ten of Swords, complete annihilation. Everything is over. It kind of has this dud like kind of thing, and then you end up with the King of Cups. So for me, the reason that I say like a stiff stomach or a strong stomach is because like for you to actually get there within the year, it feels like a wide leap of faith, like the flying off the cliff, like leaping and not having the safety net kind of thing. So I'm not a proponent of doing that, but sometimes I understand people need to get that energy, that desire, that need to actually get it done. What was it Tony Robbins always said? If you want to take the island, you have to burn the boats. Yeah, so it's like it's making no other option available. Maybe idea, you go ahead and put in your 6-month notice, like, or something, you know, just like going ahead and prepping it like, come hell or high water, I am leaving this to go full-time there because I put in my notice to go full-time there. Guess what? That means I need to do this. I need to start getting a clientele. I need to increase the clientele. I need to pull somebody in that can handle marketing. Like if you are already assuming or already working from the point of view of like, I'm going full-time in 2 weeks, in 6 weeks, in 6 months, whatever it happens to be for you, start steamrolling that process. Like act fast, act now. No. Also, I have the 5, 6, 7 of Wands, along with the Hierophant and the 4 of Cups. So if you have help, if you have like someone who is, what is it? Like the visual and the idea that I have is like when you've opened or you've created a business for yourself and then that friend shows up that wants to help, but it's only kind of like it's half help. It's not like actual literal help that you need. It's like that half, like, oh, when it's convenient for me or when it's easy. And when you're kind of in steamroll mode, when you're trying to get something done, you need friends that can put as much dirt in, as much equity in, as much time and blood, sweat, and tears as you're willing to. So it's like if you have those kind of friends, it might be a good time to either make them show up or get rid of them to pull somebody in, hire someone to get an intern, whatever it is that you need to do so you can get the actual help that you need, not the half-ass help that might be around or available to you. P.S. The Hierophant made me the Hierophant made me think of possibly doing a business loan so that you can support at least your bare minimal expenses. Like if you got lean, and I mean way lean, like instead of 2 cars, you have 1, or maybe you decide to take the bus, you know, like you get super lean so that you can keep your expenses super low so that you can have a little bit of grace while you're building the clientele, you're building the momentum, you're getting that going, was the idea. So play with that, see how it lands and resonates, and then totally stay in touch. And I will cast out little like, you're doing fine, I promise, I can see it for you. So stay in touch, honey. Thank you so much for that question though. Hi. There we go, Sean, you're amazing. Should I stay at my current job or no? Perfect. Okay, thank you so much, hon. I appreciate you listening. That's freaking awesome. So let's see if Sean should stay at this current job. Current job. I feel like for you to be asking this question, you're kind of like leaning towards no anyway. But let's see. Oops, we got cards flying out of my set. I like that. Let's see what else is showing up for us. We got 2. Let's see what else is going to be here. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oops, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, no 7. There we go. 1, 2. I can't count. 2. There we are. Now I can count. La-di-da. Perfection. Okay. First card for you, Hun Bunch, is the 4 of Swords. To me, that is like a massive card for complacency. Like, I am bored. I am meh. I am lackluster. I could really give a rat's ass. Like, kind of, you know, you've lost the spark for this particular position, to put it lightly. There's a million words I could use, but we'll just leave it at that. In addition, I have the Page of Pentacles. So you do have the desire for something more along with the Page of Swords. So it's kind of like you have this little brainstorm idea of a thing going on, and I would totally love to find out what that is. So if you have like a project or an idea that you much rather be spending your time doing, maybe this is a great opportunity to actually start doing or making moves on that. I also have the Page of Wands for you, along with the Two of Pentacles and then the Six of Cups. So ultimately it feels like wherever you're at, there's this dissatisfaction to it. So, and you have 3 out of 4 pages. So you're ready for something new. You're ready for a new adventure. You're ready to start something else. But I feel like there's a sense of responsibility. Like you're balancing out, do I do this or do I do that? Like, do I follow dreams or do I support the family? This card has kind of like a generational component. So I almost literally feel like it's in relation to like responsibilities or families, or you taking care of somebody else. So it's like, should you? I would love for you. I don't like complacency. I don't like doing things that make me feel less than amazing. So it's like, if you feel like you could do without it, then start transitioning out. Like, I find that life is too damn short to be wasting it on stuff that makes no sense. Makes no sense to keep mulling over and doing and meh. So go have an adventure. Figure out what the adventure is, and then totally let me know so that I can keep slinging cards for you to see how it's going. But thank you so much for your question, Sean. And I'm pretty sure this is the first time we read for him, right? Well, thank you for visiting with us today. I appreciate it. And redoing that question. I appreciate people who listen. You do. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh. So news and updates. So like I told you, I'm going to set a timer for 4 minutes. So what we're going to do is just spend 4 minutes to tell you a little bit about what's been going on for me. And then we'll hop right back into reading. So just to give you the forewarning, I want to keep it to 4 minutes so I don't go over, but I want to make sure that everybody knows how to get more in-depth work done with me, because the breadth of work that I do is more than just the 6 card readings that I do here, or just the yes or no questions that we do. So if you're looking for something a little bit more one-on-one, a little bit more, just face-to-face between the two of us, we can schedule a Zoom meeting for either 30 or 60 minutes. We also have the ability to tack in 15 minutes if need be, if your questions run long. Essentially, the way that process works, it's similar to what we're doing here. I send you the Zoom meeting link, and then at the time of your appointment, you're telling me your questions. And it can be like 2, and we could read until we're blue in the face there, or it can be like 18, and then we'll read for as much as we can, as fast as we can, for the amount of time that we have. We can do that for 30 minutes or 60 minutes. If you're not able to do video for whatever reasons, I also have a chat option for the time being. I am considering kind of like making it go to sleep for a little while. But as of right now, I do still conduct readings via chat through Facebook Messenger. So the process there is that we'll set up the time to arrange the meet, and then we'll just have like old-fashioned chat session, and I will share the pictures, I will share the interpretations, I will type as fast as my little fingers can carry me, which are pretty good these days. And then you conduct the reading in the same session of 30 minutes or 60-minute increments. Lastly, there's another method that I love to do, which is emailed readings. To me, it's like, if you can't do the chat, if you can't do the video, then there's emailed readings. The way that works is that those are led by me. I listen to your question, and I determined what is the best way to answer this question. What are the hidden nuances to this question? What else can give more meaning and more depth to this answer? And that's what I read for. So there's a couple of reading types that are available directly on the website, and I get those readings done in about 24 to 48 hours, depending on my workload. These days, we're kind of moving right at the 48-hour mark, but I always get it done on time. And if I can't for some reason, I send you an email to let you know. So I try to stay in touch to make sure everything's going well. I have also just deployed, and I think we're going to keep it for a little while, a just one question email-based tarot reading. And so it's similar to this, where I pull cards for your just one question, but this is responded to instead of in a lengthy PDF like the other emailed readings would be. This would be in just a emailed response with the image of the cards that I pulled for you and sent to you via email, like I'm your bestie. So this will be like an exchange conversation, just like the one question to me, the one interpretation back, and feel free to respond to that to let me know how it resonated, or if that made sense, if it didn't, if I needed to clarify something. So I love doing all of those 3 styles of readings to kind of give this back to you and to help you develop a little bit more, answer questions that you need to dig into a little bit. I actually have a couple that I get to do this evening, and I'm super excited to. So thank you. Oh yes, and she reminded, they're also they're $12 for the just one question. I find it's a brilliant way to kind of sample a new reader, to get acquainted with me and also my reading style and my process. So feel free to schedule or pick ones. You had one face-to-face. Aww. Thank you, Hun Bunch. See, I love it when, okay, y'all are going to get brownie points from me. Maybe I will actually develop a brownie point system of some sort, but thank you so much for the recommendation. There's reviews of my work and my processes on the Facebook business page. So if you have questions, you want to know how good I am, read my reviews. I am proud of those reviews. So thank you so much. I am right under schedule. I love it. Cancel. And then yay! We have a bell now, so we get to be a little bit obnoxious. We are going to go right back into our 6-card reading. So let me get shuffled, and we're going to pull a little more essential oils, and then we're going to keep reading for you. We're going to keep doing it. All right. Thank you, darling pants. Thank you. Thank you. Woo! I love using ylang, and I only say it once because I hate saying it twice. So we're just going to call it the one. And I love oils. So I have so many. Will my move to Texas happen in August?
Yeah, you guys have met in person for a reading.
Oh, I believe. Yay. Okay. Will your move to Texas happen in August? Why are you leaving, honey?
Yeah.
It's gonna be hot. Like, Seattle's super temperate. Like, it's the best. I mean, it is cloudy 90% of the time, but if you have like light eyes like I do, and the sun is like painful, then it's perfect. So why are you leaving? Why are you leaving? All right. Will your move in Texas, or move to Texas, happen in August? What happened in August? What happened in August? Let me see what shows up for us, darling. What happened in August? Okay. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. La-di-da-di-da, la-di-da. It kind of doesn't seem like August. And they're kind of slurry. I haven't been drinking at all, I promise. I haven't drank in millions of years. But I have the 7 of Wands for you, along with the 4 of Cups, and then the Moon card. So I almost feel like it's not in August, but not because you didn't want to. It feels like the landing of certain details doesn't happen the way you want it to, or the way it needs to, so that move can happen. Almost like if, for instance, you had a job and you couldn't, like, the arrangement is that this new person is going to start, and then that you can leave so that then you can move, kind of thing. Like when you have the da-da-da, 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 one of these cogs didn't land the way it was supposed to. I have the Knight of Cups along with the Hierophant, and then ending on the 2 of Cups. So, ending on the 2 of Cups. I feel like you are going to get some assistance with the move. I wouldn't be surprised, or at least I guess the feeling of it is that there's like this institutional element to it. So I wonder if like maybe there's a house loan or an apartment lease, a contract. Usually when the Hierophant shows up, that's kind of like institutions or things of that nature, but that you have some process, or you have something that's helping you in the move. And then it seems like when you do actually move, it's going to be a good thing for you. So either you're moving for someone else or for yourself, but either way, it's good stuff. So I don't think it's going to be in August per se, but when you do actually get moved, it's going to be nice. It's going to be a nice one. So thank you. Thank you, Vicky. I appreciate you. And I'm sorry to see you go. Don't go. Don't go. All right. I want to, like, how do I pronounce this correctly? Sydney, why is it? I'm looking at this like sardine. Like, I'm so sorry, my dear. Thank you so much for hanging in with me as I try to figure out your name. I had a bad breakup with a best friend of 15 years. Oh, I'm so sorry. Where there'll be a reconnection. I'm sorry. And that might as well be a breakup, like, even though they're like your bestie, when you have connections that are that long, that's like family. It might as well be divorce. Sad face, sad face. But let's see. Will there be a connection? Will there be a reconnection? Let's see. Ooh. The first thought that came to mind is which one of you has to do the apologizing? Like, I feel like there's like someone needs to grovel a little bit for there to be a reconnection. Like whatever happened way left, and that wasn't necessary. So apologies are in order, kind of thing. Let's see what else. Will there be a reconnection? So the Knight of Pentacles that shows up for me tells me that it's not something that's going to be a fast reconnection. I do think it will happen, though, because I have the Three of Cups. So that's like a party or a celebration of sorts. But then we follow up with the Five of Wands. So that's like a conflict of ideas. So I wouldn't be surprised. Why do I do that? I wouldn't be surprised. I'm going to have to pick another phrase to include there. But my theory, my thought, is that whenever it does happen, it doesn't feel like it's this weekend or probably even this year. When it does happen, it'll be good. It'll be good at first, and then you'll start bickering a little bit again, because probably somebody is not going to apologize like we thought they would or thought they should. And that might be the thing to like remember, is that this is a cycle. This is something that you all do. And if you want to do better, if you want to have better out of the relationship, somebody's going to have to take the first step. And it might be you, it might be them. So it's like whoever's making that first step. Also, I'm wondering who's going to get pregnant. I feel like the connection, the communication starts back up because there's, and okay, so I'm not okay, let's pretend not literally pregnant, because if somebody doesn't want to get pregnant, that can be a little nerve-wracking. So maybe it's a pregnant with a new project or a new opportunity or a new adventure or a new something. But there's this cultivating of time with a King of Cups. So that's where it came with like, somebody actually legit knocked that. So I'm wondering if maybe, for instance, there's this new pregnancy or this new possibility or this new move or something, and conversation starts back up because the one person that you wouldn't want to miss this news is that person, kind of thing. So anywho, that was the information that I have. Will there be reconnection, reconciliation is kind of the thing that shows up eventually. Not super soon. It seems like pretty slow and pretty stubborn. It'll probably also start up a little again, but you all will be fine. So no worries there. But totally let me know how that lands for you, my dear. Melinda, what is the message Spirit wants to share with me? Ooh. What is the message? What is the message that Spirit wants you to know about today? Let's see. What do you want her to know? We have one card that hopped out. Let's go ahead and keep those. We'll keep shuffling. What else do we want her to know? This is fun. I'm going to keep like shuffling till, well, no, I'm actually not going to do that. But it's fun when I'm shuffling and cards hop out. Like I love including those in the read because it seems like super accurate for the situation. It's like, that was awesome. When I first started tarot reading, my whole like shuffling process was just that. Like we would only accept hoppers, and it took so long to do a spread. It's like, I need something else. I need something else. It can't be taken forever. Oops, there we go. Okay, what else do we need to know? There we go. All right, hon. What do you got going? Let's see. So the cards that I have for you, I have the Emperor, along with the Knight of Cups. And then I have a Tower card. So like the first thing that I'm thinking about is I'm wondering who in your life, and maybe this is just rhetorical for you to think about, because, you know, some of these messages, I'm not going to have all the details. You actually have all the information. You can connect the dots where they matter and where they align for you. The Emperor, though, has this feeling to it of a person's personality. So this is a person, either you or someone in your life, that is very much in charge, very much in control. They are presenting themselves or offering a gift of some sort. This gift, however, though, it's not a fun one. So my thought about it is, like, if you have someone in the environment that is bringing you offerings or bringing you gifts or bringing you ideas, like fine tooth comb, there we go, fine tooth comb the idea, the process, the whatever it happens to be, to make sure it's in your best interest. And if there's anything in there that looks suspicious, then like magnify that, look into it deeply, because tower moments are not fun to come by. And no one like, I can't wait for my world to fall apart. Like, we don't want that. We do not want that. I also have the 9 of Pentacles for you, which I do enjoy, along with the Hangman and the Hierophant. So I'm impressed that you have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana cards. So it seems like you're this point in your life, or this process in your life, these are big things that are happening around you, and they're not to be sneezed at. So whatever is going on for you, it's going. Brace yourself, honey. It's you will be fine always. Ultimately, just there's an awareness that it's big, and I'm sorry that it's so big, but it's big. But you're working your way through it, and the easiest way to work your way through it is actually surrendering from the effort against it. So instead of trying to prevent something from happening, just let go and let God, for Pete's sakes, just allow from a state of peace and abundance, and whatever will be, essentially. So it's just remembering, go with the flow. Yes, be like water. Like, I just had the whole like Bruce Lee like image in my head. Be like water. So I want you to be like water, my dear. Especially when whoever this person is bringing you ideas, be like water. Thank you so much, Melinda. I hope that lands for you, and totally feel free to let me know how that sets for you. So, okay, so this is legit my favorite part, because I get to get as many people in as possible, and I feel like I'm a better reader when I'm going quickly. So Melissa has a bell that she will ring at the 1 minute mark.
Okay.
You want to do that?
Okay.
Yeah. So we're going to cut this down to 1 minute so that we can get as many people in as possible, or whenever I'm done. So we'll do that. Alrighty. So Melissa's going to pull a question. I'm going to pull 1 card, and then we're going to have that read. We're going to have that reading done. All right, let me flip it over. All right, Victor.
Will.
Huh?
Will.
Will. Oh, got it. Will I get my rights as a father on July? Ooh, you went straight to yes or no, honey. Okay, let's see what shows up for you. We're going to do a 1 card. That's kind of an intense one for just 1 card, hun bunch. So let's see what shows up. Oh, you have? Thank you, darling. I don't recognize the face, but you know, we change our profile images. So, and your profile is like this big for me right there. So, all right, Victor, will you get your rights in July? What's the card? So I have the card. It's the 3 of Wands. This does not tell me a yes or a no. I feel like this is the start of a continual process. This is more stuff. It's like whatever your goal is that you're looking for out in the distance, you haven't obtained it yet. So it's more of whatever, like, I don't know the process that you're going through, but it doesn't feel like the end game that you're looking for is going to be procured in July. It's like, okay, another thing, another distance, another something. So it feels like movement, but definitely not nearly as fast as you're looking for. So to answer the question directly, it almost seems like it's not a no, it's just definitely not a yes. It's more of that super gray area of like, there's a process, there's parts, there's maybes. And that's annoying. That's annoying as hell when you don't get exactly what you're looking for, but there's parts of it. So there's progress, but definitely not in the way in which you were looking for. So thank you so much for that question. Yay! My dear, I appreciate it. Oh, Victor. Melissa is sifting. We get so many questions that sometimes we don't get a chance to go like all the way back up before the system kind of like truncates and just doesn't allow us to go up. So Melissa is pulling what she can. All right, okay, Monique, I'm going through a breakup. Will it end, I'm assuming end peacefully, and can I stand on my own? Yes, you can stand on your own. Will it end peacefully? That's a better question. Let's see. Oop, card throughout. Let's see what this one is. Will it end peacefully? Not likely. The 5, 6, 7 of Wands is often that card where this person feels the need to be defensive against these wands is the idea. Some people talk about this card being like rallying the troops. To me, this looks like defense. So, hun, if you have valuables, I would stash them. If you have important papers, I would make sure they're with you or in a safety deposit box. Like, take care of yourself in advance because you don't want to be blindsided by messiness. So like whatever your important stuff is, go ahead and stash them and take care of yourself in the meantime. And then just make sure you know where they're facing, my dear. So I hope you'll be good. All right, my dear. But thank you so much for your question. Let's see. Should I hit the bell? Yay! No, I don't know, maybe. I really do want the bell. It just makes me feel good. It's like, ding! Oh, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Kimberly, should I pursue being a Reiki healer? I think you should if you enjoy it. Ooh. If you feel like little tinglies and little magic every time we think about it, then yes! Oh, I do believe that. All right. I'm shuffling. Should you be a Reiki healer? Or should you pursue it? Should you pursue it? What is this? 5 of Cups. Okay, so Hun Bunch. My first thought is if you are cognizant and very clear about the reasons why you shouldn't, you have to remember the reasons why you should, if that is something that you want to do. So think about your goals and what your ambitions are in your life, like the broad stroke overreaching, like for me personally, my biggest goal is living a life on my own terms. If this aligns with your broad goal, then of course. And if it doesn't, because all you can see is the reasons why it's not going to work, then don't do it to yourself, because then you're just going to nitpick it to death. Make sense? I hope so. But yeah, thank you. See, that made me exceedingly happy.
Just because it makes me so happy.
Yeah, okay, thank you. All right, Karen is moving to California for this new job. A good idea. Let's see. One card. Is this a good idea? Is this a good idea for Karen to move to California for this new job? All right, let's see what this one is. Yeah. So the Lovers is about like coming together, coming from point A and point B, coming together and meeting at the middle is like the Lovers card. So yes, it's a very, 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 very good idea. It kind of has like that whole little, this is one of the archangels in the tarot set. So yes, I find it is a brilliant idea, and it's going to be awesome, and you're going to have fun and all the things and stuff. So yes, it's a great idea. Please do. Please do, darling. Ah, thank you. Thank you so much for that question, Karen. Yay, thank you. All right, Sasha, should I be worried about job security in the next 3 to 5 weeks? 3 to 5. Okay. Should we be worried about job security in the 3 to 5? 3 to 5 weeks. 3 to 5 weeks. Should we be worried about job security? Should we be worried about job security? Let's see. Oops. Right here. What is this one? Likely. Okay, so it's a mixed bag to me, because I feel like the job is going to hurt your feelings in a way, but I don't think it's going to let you go, if that makes sense. It's that weird, like, tentative midline, like, you might as well let me go because now you're just being a bastard. So maybe that's part of it, is that there it feels like there's something that's going to happen that's going to make you want to leave. That was the feeling that I was getting, because the 3 of Swords is usually leaving something heartbroken or being heartbroken, but it wasn't like a leaving like a 6 of Swords, for instance, where you're leaving something that was to be what is or what have you. So I just feel like they're going to be pissing you off essentially and probably make you want to leave. So kind of, we'll aim for kind of. I hope that makes sense for you, Sweet Pea. Thank you. All right, Erica, I'm looking forward to starting my business. Will it happen? Make it happen, huh? What do I need to do to stay on track? Gotcha. Okay. Ooh. King of Pentacles just hopped out. So I feel like that's mostly in relation to the finances, the money end of it, the practicals of it. When the King of Pentacles, to me, it's like, he's the money master. He's the master of the physical, the world. So staying on track to me would be, learn your finances. And I mean like taxes and the financial end of it and all of your legal financial responsibilities. Like, don't allow like your bank statements or your bookkeeping software blindside you like it does me. Thankfully, we have a team in this house, but not everybody else does. So stay on top of your financials. That'll probably be one of the ways that makes or breaks your business. Because, 2 years out, when you're getting high-ass IRS bills, you're going to be mad at yourself. So I'm just saying. Keep an eye on them financials. Thank you. Ebony. Well, me and Kendrick eventually move in with each other. Okay, let's see. You and Kendrick. Are you and Kendrick gonna move in together? Ooh. You and Kendrick. I kind of just want to say that on repeat. You and Kendrick. Are y'all gonna move in with each other The star doesn't. Okay, trying to get to the point and get to the point quickly. I wouldn't be surprised if you do, and I know I'm trying to use another name for that, but the point is, I think you want to. I think there'll be conversations about it. I think that you may not. Is because this to me doesn't feel like communing. This feels like, oh, more things have come to the forelight, and I don't know if I want to live with you. Like, I don't like the way you leave all your socks all over all the houses. So it's just like, I'll just keep my apartment. That's fine. So y'all will totally, it feels like you two will stay in connection, but it doesn't seem like moving in together is the highlight that I'm seeing, at least at this moment. Thank you. Thank you so much for your question. Will I stay in Washington? Oh, I want you to. So do you, well, let's just see what shows up. Because I have details I want. Like, do you mean this year? Like, what? No. Okay, hold on. Will you stay in Washington or move somewhere else? What will you do? What will you do? What will you do, darling? Let's see. Denisha. Sorry, I'm giggling so... It made me laugh because it was the same card I just pulled for the other lady, and y'all saw me shuffle. So, a star, will you stay in Washington or move somewhere else? I feel like you have a little bit of wanderlust happening for you at the moment. I think you want to traverse, you want to travel. Why not move somewhere else? If you want to. If you want to, why not move somewhere else? Yeah. If you want to, why not? That's where I'm leaving it at. But thank you so much for that question. And I giggled so hard because it was the same card. Where's my bell? Thank you. Yay. All right. Well, will I and this Leo guy get back together in a romantic relationship? If so, when? Well, I can't do when in a one card because that's a lot to pull on one card. But let's see if you two may get back together. What it shows me. What will it show me about you and your Leo? You and your Leo. Oops. Oh, that worked out well. So I just, a card flipped over. I'm going to take that. So this is the 9 of Pentacles. So it seems like getting back together in a romantic, yeah. How? And, the hows don't matter actually in this situation. So it doesn't matter. If you're wanting to know if you two will get back together, it feels chemistry-wise, most likely. So yeah, I'm not worried about that one at all, honey. Thank you. All right, Regina. Soulmate meeting soon. Ooh. Do we incline romantic soulmate or something else? Or, well, anyway, doesn't matter. Funny though, the card that hopped out was the 9 of Swords, so I feel like it's something that you think about all the time. I did have the Magician fall out behind it though, so I'm not going to do this very often, but I'm going to include 2 at the same time. Your soulmate will show up when they do, first and foremost. So you actually relaxing the ever-spinning thoughts will allow the opportunity for them to arrive for you. Because when you stay on the whole, where are they? Why aren't they here? When will they get here? What can I do to make them come here faster? Like when you're standing on that end of the proverbial stick, you're very aware of why they aren't here and not making space for them to actually show up. So the Magician, to me, is a reminder for you to remember that you have all the tools necessary in your camp, in your life, in your world right now to have the abundant, amazing life that you're looking for with or without a soulmate. So you have everything you need already. Remembering that leaves room and space for that person that you're looking for to actually arrive and be a benefit instead of just somebody that takes resources away from you. So, hun, get back into the magician mode. Thank you. Thank you so much for that question. Natasha, where do I see your career heading? Okay, let's see what shows up for us. Where do I see your career heading? One card. Career heading. Where's it going? Oh, not where you want it to. So maybe there's some clarity that needs to be had in regards to your career. What do you want out of it? Do you know that? Do you know what your goals are with your career? And then do you know if your career will line up for that? So because if you operate with this, where's it going to go? It's not going to help you find out. But if you kind of create some direction for yourself or create I have a trajectory I want to aim for, then it starts to shift around a bit instead of leaving it all like broken and upset. because it didn't hit yes, it didn't hit the mark. Thank you so much for that. All right, am I going to be successful in this move to Texas? I love that we got people going to Texas. We have family in Texas. Both of us do. Mm-hmm. We didn't know that at the time when we were dating. They were like, what? It did. My bad. Luckily, I'm from Arkansas originally. She's from Yakima originally, so our gene pool has not mixed at all. At all. Okay. Am I going to be successful in this move to Texas? That feels like, yeah, an affirmative. So let's see what's up. Are we going to be successful? Hun, if you can plan, so you're making the move. I feel like the move is going to be hard or harder than it probably needs to be, but you're going to actually complete the move. So that the portion of the completion aspect of it's gonna happen, that's not a question, but the difficulty of it is my question for you. And so it's like, what can you do to kind of pre-plan in advance to make this as smooth as possible and make backup plans for your backup plans, so in case something falls through, you have something that you can just pick up right where you left off, especially when it comes to movers. Movers, Jesus. So make sure you have like all the, if you're driving, make sure you got your spare tires, make sure all your fluids are topped off, make sure the car is roadworthy and all the stuff and things. So if you're having movers, make sure you have the backup movers just in case, and maybe pick out a mover in the middle so that if you need someone to come and pick up because they done failed, you can. All right, thank you so much. I don't do generals. I don't want to do generals in this super fast, quick session, honey. Aw, I kind of want to though, but I don't want to do generals. I'm going to skip your general, my sweet pea. So next time, if you come and hang out with me, again, I like super specific questions because it helps me get right to the point. Because general is just like, what color is the sky? Like, it's kind of blue. I don't know, and I want to give you something like actual. I want to give you something solid. All right, Kitty. Will the guy from the Bahamas and I communicate again? Ooh, honey, Bahamas? Y'all better. Will you and the Bahamas guy communicate again? There we go. Will you and the Bahamas? Is this going to be like a total, like, how Stella got a groove back? Please tell me y'all know this movie. And book first. Book was better. Actually, the movie was good though. I will admit that. King of Wands, will you two communicate again? Someone's gonna have to initiate it, but I don't see why you couldn't. Be aware though that if there's a distance, so like I'm assuming that you're not in the Bahamas right now. So being that there's a bit of a distance, you're not gonna be a priority, or he's gonna get to the position of not being a priority, because the King of Wands is kind of the baby king of the royalty, so he's in charge, but kind of not really. So, like, yeah, just a little bit. But thank you. What am I supposed to be doing during the 60 days? I'm not working. Ooh, let's see what shows up for you. What are we supposed to be doing? There you go. What is this one? King of Cups. This is a phenomenal opportunity for you to deep dive emotionally. And it's probably a little obvious and probably something like that you get to do privately on your own is like when, okay, so let me get to the point. Cups are all about your emotions. The king is the master of emotions. So during this 60-day period that you're not working, use that opportunity instead of distracting yourself from all the emotions that you have in your life, environment, relationships, work, all of the above. Actually start fine-tooth combing them so that you can understand them a little bit more intimately and unpack some of your old baggage or your old wounds or old issues and start your next, after the 60 days is over, with a lighter energy to you. So, da-ding. There you go. I want my bell. Yay! Thank you so much. See, perfect. Will I get hired? Okay. Will I get hired? You have? Oh, sweet pea. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, I do remember your name. I know you. All right. Will you get hired? Will you get hired? Here you are. Here we are. Oh, judgment. Hired. I think you'll get an offer. My question mark is if you'll like the offer. And so if you take it, that's the question. That's the question. If you need the money, then you'll probably take it and get hired and it'll be just fine. But if you don't like it, then that's the question mark, is if it'll go through or not. But the judgment card, you'll get to the point where I think an offer will be made. Yay! All right. Should I sell the house in Seattle and move to Kent? Only if you sell it to me. I mean, well, how big is the house? Will you accept payments? I don't know. I guess we're moving. Who knew? I knew my tarot work would get us money. Oh, that's funny, I know. Okay, should we sell the house? Should we sell the house? Okay, we move to Kent. What does this card tell us? Should we sell the house? Ooh, strength card. Should we sell the should we sell the house and move to Kent? Should we sell the house and move to Kent? This is a very neutral card. It doesn't lean very high one way or the other. It doesn't tell us yes or tell us no. What it tells us, though, is that we have the fortitude within us to make the decision that we need to make that is in our best interest to do. So if for you, it's like all the numbers say that I need to sell this house and get out from underneath it so that we can have a better life in Kent, then you have the strength and the ability to actually go and do that. Now, if it's like I have the strength and fortitude to stay exactly where I'm at, come hell or high water, then you have that strength too. So you have the ability to do exactly whatever it is that you want to do, hun. It doesn't look like this card is going to tell you what to do though, but that you have the strength to do whichever one it is that you want. So I love that actually. It may not be to me or the house selling portion, but thank you though. Thank you. She has a specific question. Yay! Perfect. Will everything I planned fall into place in the next 6 months? Ooh. Thank you, Hun Bunch. That is specific. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So that was perfect. Perfect. And thank you for grabbing that for her. All right. Everything that you have planned, will it fall into place? Everything fall into place. Let's see what we have to see. Will it all fall into place for her? What is this one? Ouch. So the 10 of Swords is this reminds me of when we have plans, or how God laughs when we have plans. So there's going to be elements to your plans that are going to fall flat. And I mean, like, the thing though, even though it's hit the ground and your teeth hurt and your face is a little bruised, like there's a new dawn at the end of that. So even though it may not go as smoothly as you'd like it to, if you have a backup plan, if you have stage 2, if you have a contingency, then it'll be easy to lift yourself out of this face plant that we've accidentally done and continue forward. So it just gives you the opportunity to kind of weave a little bit instead of running hard into this plan. This is the plan. This is the plan. This is the plan. Maybe weave a little bit so that it can actually, you can hit the main goal. So what is it like? You may lose the battle, but you'll win the war kind of thing. So yeah. Thank you, darling. I appreciate you clarifying that question. Is he coming back to you? Let's shuffle and find out. Let's see. Oops. Cards are flipped over and they shouldn't be. Okay, there we go. Is your person coming back? Is this person coming back? Tonya. Is this person coming back? There we go. Is he coming back? Judgment. Interesting. I think your person will make an appearance. I wonder though, I don't know if it's necessarily like the stitching of the relationship back together part, but it seems like an appearance will be made. So probably like a tentatively filling out the situation, but I'm not feeling like super confident about like getting back together question or part. But I wouldn't be surprised if they make an appearance. But yeah, you all, I want to miss you. It's a whole 7 days until I get to see you all again. But thank you so much for hanging out with me. I appreciate the time. I appreciate that you guys allow me to be as loud as I am. And I've yet to see anybody complain when I go back and reread these comments and these conversations that we have. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And if you want to schedule something private with me one-on-one, feel free to schedule directly. The website will walk you through the entire process. It will show you how to ask the question and how to link with me directly. The Zoom link schedules automatically, and then we all get notifications, and it's brilliant. You all, thank you. Be safe. Be healthy. What is she telling me? Oh, yes, my just one questions. I do have that service of just one question. That's really useful if like in these kind of scenarios, I didn't pull you during this session, but you still want your question to be read. Please feel free to go ahead and grab your maybe just one question reading, and I will get to those within, I usually give it about 12 to 24 hours, again, depending on my workload. But I always get to them. I definitely get to them. But yeah, share the love, share the video, and I love you bunches. So you all take care. Stay safe, please. Mwah. Bye.